Hello, my name is Chris Davila. I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself and my role as a DEI consultant and how it might look working with you, all of you at Generations over the next several months and year, et cetera. So thank you for this opportunity. I'm really looking forward to working with all of you. So today I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself, my philosophy on DEI, and then about the IDI, which is the Intercultural Development Inventory. And then finally, just to kind of wrap it all up by telling you a little bit about expectations, framing expectations, et cetera. So to begin, as I mentioned, my name is Chris. I'm originally from Texas. I have lived in Duluth for about 20 years. Here are some important things to know about me, or at least about my identity, is that I am Mexican-American. I'm a first-generation college student. I am gay. I have ADHD, and so you might see that showing up in this video. I am from a very big family. I have, there's 12 siblings altogether. I have a partner named Justin. I'm a landlord and entrepreneur. I love camping and being outside. And I did my undergraduate at UMD and worked at UMD and then at Scholastica as their diversity and inclusion director for about 5 years. So I really love this area. I think people are fantastic. And I love the lake and the nature and all of that great stuff. So I really love being in Duluth. A little bit about my DEI philosophy. So when I think of DEI, I think about a DEI as it's really about navigating behavior changes and learning. And so that's what it is at its core. And so then I think it's not an easy thing. I feel like people really often underestimate how challenging it can be. And when you think about any behavior that we are trying to change requires a lot of energy and effort, whether it's something as simple as biting our fingernails or starting new exercises or going on a diet or whatever it is. Those the processes are actually very, very similar. So my background is in education. My degrees are in teaching math and teaching Spanish, and I consider myself a facilitator as opposed to a teacher. I oftentimes will think about DEI and my approach to DEI as how I might approach a classroom. And I think it's very interesting that when we think about classroom, or if you have children, if you think about your children, how you want them to learn, how you want them to experience that process. We oftentimes don't allow that same thing for ourselves with our own learning and our own behaviors. Maybe it's because we are parents or we are professionals or whatever it is. But I often see that we don't give ourselves the same kind of grace that we give others. And so I try to make sure that that's part of this process. So I talked about the classroom parallel. So I think of, in a classroom, you have students who if you need to assess their understanding of a topic before you can figure out what strategies to use for them or where they're going to be able to get to in a certain time period. And I feel like that's very similar to what I do. I help assess. I help establish expectations, come up with strategies and identifying skills that need to be developed to work toward an individual or an organization's goal. Just like in a classroom, you have all these different kind of there's all kinds of well, I'm not finding the right word, but the teacher, the environment, the city, the town, the experience of the students, all of those elements need to be considered when thinking about how you move forward. And so that's going to be very similar within your organization. So that assessment part is very important. That leads us to the IDI, or the Intercultural Development Inventory. So here are some things that I think that are important to know about the IDI. So for one, it's a developmental model. And so there's 5 stages in this model. And based on, when you take the assessment, you will fall within one of those stages. And so I use this as a tool, again, to assess where individuals are, and then we can use the group results to identify where the organization is, and then use that information to figure out, okay, how do we move forward based on where we are at, just like in the classroom. And so you should know that the IDI is confidential. Nobody besides myself and you, the individual, sees your personal results. The group results will be compiled into a large group report, but the individual reports stay confidential. And so, so I hope that that helps ease some potential nerves that might be out there. Let's see, I will share the group reports with everybody, and then that'll actually be part of this strategic planning process. Once you complete the IDI, you'll also have a debrief session with me where I help you understand your results. And then during that time, we'll also talk about some goal setting, some personal and professional goals that you might have around DEI. So the next part is the strategic planning process. And so the basically this information, this self-awareness about yourself, this awareness about the organization will all be used in incorporated into this strategic planning process that you will all be going through. And so what I will do is I will help facilitate discussions, really push you to push you toward learning and expanding, your own understanding of different topics, adopting some strategies or processes that might be beneficial. And so that'll be my role. And I try to do that with fun activities and with people being active and involved in the process, as opposed to me turning over all this information or solutions. I want to help you come up with your own solutions, so that way it's better and easier for you to stay motivated, and then also to be proud of the results, because when you complete your goals or you reach your goals, or as you're reaching your goals, there's pride in that. So the next part I want to talk about is framing and establishing expectations. So change is hard. Change is really hard. And it's very easy, even though you might have a very motivated group, people who with a lot of excitement and energy, but change is still very hard. And so what I will do, I will help manage expectations, because oftentimes our expectations exceed our own understandings, ability, skills, or motivation. And so I will help the organization and individuals manage those expectations, and then kind of walk alongside you, pick you up when you need to be picked up, push you when you need to be pushed. I kind of see myself as a facilitator or coach or mentor. And so, so I will be there throughout this entire process. So all that to say is that I'm looking forward to working with all of you, and I'm excited about this opportunity. I've really appreciated the conversations that I've been able to have with Jesse up to this point, and look forward to meeting all of you. So thank you for your time, and we'll be seeing each other very soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.